There is another video that looks at comparing two fractions. If you're not sure about how to do that, I would recommend watching that one first. This is just a quick reminder of what you need to be confident with before you attempt the activities in this video. It gets a little bit more complicated when there are more than two fractions to compare, because you can't always see straight away which common denominator you can work with. 15, 10 and 20, you may recognise that they'll all share a factor of 5. Looking at 3/15ths, to get from 15 to 5 we divided by 3. So we're going to divide the 3 by 3 to make 1/5. For 6/10ths we had to divide 10 by 2 to turn it into fifths. So we're going to divide 6 by 2 to make that 3/5. For 8/20ths, we had to divide 20 by 4 to get 5. So we're going to divide the numerator 8 by 4 to get 2. Remember that the fractions you're going to put in order are going to be the original ones in the question, not the ones that you've converted to fifths. But the ones you have converted are useful if they're directly below each one, to be able to see straight away which of those top fractions is smaller than the others. 1/5 is obviously smaller than 2/5 and 3/5, so 3/15ths, which is above that, will go first. The next biggest is 2/5, so that means 8/20ths is next, and finally 3/5, which is the same as 6/10ths. Have a go at this one. Look out for the common denominator. They all share the same factor. It's not one of the numbers that are already there, but they do all share a factor that is smaller than 8. So look out for that and pause the video and have a go. They all share a factor of 4. 4 goes into 32, 12 and 8. How many times does 4 go into 32? Well, if you divide 32 by 8, you get 4. So if we divide 24 by 8, we get 3. So that's 3/4. To get from 12 to 4, we divide by 3. So we're going to divide 3 by 3, and that's 1/4. To get from 8 to 4, we divide by 2. So we're going to divide the numerator by 2, and that's 2/4. Now we can see the order that they're in, but remember, it's the ones at the top that you're going to write in your answer. 1/4 goes with 3/12, so that's the one that you'll write first. 2/4, so that means 4/8 will come next, and finally 3/4, which was 24 over 32. With this one, it's a little bit of a trick. If we look at these three denominators here, you can probably see they're all multiples of 3. So we could try putting a denominator of 3 beneath all of them. But straight away you're going to get a problem, because if you look at the first one, 5, 6, to get from 6 to 3, we divide by 2. But 5 divided by 2 won't work. So we need to find a different common denominator. So 3 is not going to be your denominator. It's safe in this instance to go with the biggest one. So we're going to go with 12. 6 and 3 will both go into 12. So we can make 12 our denominator. How many times does 6 go into 12? Well, we'll multiply that by 2. So we're going to multiply the 5 by 2. To give us 10/12. 9/12 will stay the same because that's already 12ths, and 3 to get to 12 we multiply by 4, so we're going to multiply the numerator by 4, and that gives you 8/12. And once again, when you write your answer, you're going to use the fractions given in the original question. We can see that 8/12 at the bottom is the smallest one, so 2/3 is going to be the smallest one, followed by 9/12, followed by 10/12, which is 5. sixths is the biggest. Here's another similar one. Pause the video, have a go. So I'm going to show you what might have happened if you tried to do this using sixths. So 5 sixths will stay the same. 24, to get to 6 we divided it by 4, but 7 we can't divide that by 4. And you'll notice the same will happen with the other one. 12 we divided by 2, but 9 won't divide by 2. So we're going to have to work with a different number. So we're going to work with the biggest one, which is 24, because remember, if they're all multiples of the same number, that will work. To get from 6 to 24, we multiply by 4. So 5 multiplied by 4, that's 20. 7 24ths will stay the same. 9 12ths, we had to multiply 12 by 2, so we're going to multiply 9 by 2, and that's 18 over 24. Remember when you write your answer to use the original ones above. 7 24ths is the smallest, so we're going to put that one first. The next smallest numerator is 18, so that will be 9 12ths, and finally we're going to have 5 sixths.